viewers, welcome to Punchline Africa television broadcasting all the way from the Republic of Kenya in the general headquarters of Punchline Africa television in Nairobi. Good morning, Miriam.
A very good morning to you, Doctor, and a good morning to our viewers and also to Professor.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Professor, in the capital city of Nairobi, in Nairobi. Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Masanga, Miriam, our viewers from wherever they are around the world.
Thank you very much. And those intending to join us, you are welcome to join. You can see our Zoom number is on our posters, or if you want, it is 399. You want to join in, log in 399-535-8320. Log in and you will be accepted. Just go in, enjoy, join us in the discussion. The things have changed. Don't sit at home, don't make a comment, don't insult. Talk to us, join us, and let's see. Let's have a debate. This morning, Good Morning Africa is a breakfast show with Dr. Masanga and others. We are going to look at the Chief Justice, the judiciary of the Republic of Kenya. Chief Justice Maraga is somewhere in Europe, wherever he is, on holiday. Having created a chaos back here, expected that people will rise up, will come to the occasion and come to the capital city and take over this city. Chief Justice Maraga, I have been telling Kenyans from 2010, when I last saw this man in Nakuru, I told you, and today is my day to tell you, you don't tell me, because I told you don't elect this man to become a Chief Justice. I warned you. I found this man with 4 men in a hotel in America. They were discussing serious things, even serious things to lock up Uhuru Kenyatta and that Ruto who is, who is busy, seducing each other. They are busy seducing each other. They were plotting to lock them up. The 4 men, I know their faces, I know who they are. I found them in America Hotel City. This man was a presiding officer in the courts in Nakuru. I have never given up. I have never had any good word. I have told you, I have never accused him of corruption, but I have accused him of swallowing too much before he vomits. And the lack of brains, he doesn't have, he has brains, but the brains are not worth to become a Chief Justice of a country. I have no regrets for this. I can go and die and God can forgive me. But the Chief Justice of the Republic who conspires to bring a country to chaos is not a Chief Justice that we should sit back, watch, and go on as if things are normal. I want to sound this warning to the MPs. My MPs of this country called Kenya, you are shaming me at times so much. You are being plotted to be removed. Miriam, this weekend I met some MPs in the capital city of the coast. I asked them why they had not sat down to show this man the door before he shows them the door. We had a long discussion in one of the posh hotels around where they had gone for a retreat. Over 20 MPs, all of them, some of them, 2 of them they were pro, of course, they were pro Ruto. And they were saying, I said, no, what will you do? This man never liked this man. This man never liked Kenyatta. This man never liked Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and Ruto to come to power. They plotted from 2010 to remove them, to lock them in the jail. Why I am a Ugandan, a foreigner, talking about this is because I was in the middle of defending and telling the world that Ocampo was a thief, Ocampo was a manipulator, Ocampo was nothing but an empty thief who came here to see our sunshine and enjoy the graphs and work with conspirators who had wanted to destroy Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Hallelujah. Touch me, I touch you. I'm not bothered. I can go home. But you will call me again. You are dead, you will call me. As long as I'm alive. And I want to tell Ruto, I want to tell him now. I want to tell him now. He is playing with a very big fire that could end up consuming him. Some of us have been on this world longer, and we have seen so many things. We know where international law touches. It is better to make us friends, don't make us enemies. Brother, connections are more important. Your case was not won or was not suspended because you had money to pay Karim Khan. Wacha leo nikuambie wewe. You had money to pay Karim Khan. No. Listen to some of us who made applications. There is another short one, another one called Sang, who said, and he annoyed me. That's why I'm now on a full gear. He's again making noise. He's making noise in the Rift Valley on Emo TV, on Emo Radio. And the owner of Emo Radio must be put on notice. Thanks God, these guys are here. Put on notice, return such garbage back to jail. Hey! Return them. He's making noise on Emo Radio, inciting again. Anafikiri anaweza watu. Utarudi mama bwana. Mr. Sang, your activities on Emo Radio are being monitored very carefully. Don't think nobody knows. There are people currently, people listening who are well organized, over 200 of them listening to your radio every morning. And at this time, you might not come back because you will not have anybody bring you back. You were lucky. Cases in international law are not won by people paying money. Why didn't Khan pass to be a prostitute? He failed the interview. It is me who has applied to rescue him so that his name next month can be read on the floor. So who is bigger? Who is bigger here, Khan or Matanga? It is Matanga who made an application to stop the recruitment of the 3 names or the 4 names that were suggested. Khan never made even one single handwriting. He doesn't even know how to write English. Tell me, walikuwa nakula pesa bure. Millions na millions za bure. Wacha wewe. Hata mliiba mimi pesa zangu. You think I don't know Mr. Khan and your friend? Leo wacha niwaambie. Tena mtafanya nini? Mtafanya nini je? Tutadu what? Uko London, you are in London, I'm also in London. What to do? In fact, you came later when I was already there. Where? I have rescued him. Today in the morning, if I don't speak like this, people might think I am quiet. Things are going wrong way. Things are going wrong way. Maraga is a bad man. He's a good parent, almost 70 years, but a very dangerous man. If he wanted politics, he should have said so. Miriam, if he wanted to join the politics, why do you punish others? Simply say, you want to join the politics, and that's it. And then you join the politics and start doing what politicians do. I want to tell you frankly, when I saw this man seated in Maraga Hotel, Maina Kiai, the man who was looking for witnesses to go and fix William Ruto in the Rift Valley. And when I saw people appointing this man, the Chief Justice, I just shook my head and said, you know, I told the Kenyans that one day you will call me Matanga. Call me a bad name as a foreigner. Thank you. I now have the foreigner name. You have the Maraga. You have seen what he has done. He hatched a plot. The words that are on Kenya today are 100% correct. That guy, Gurunyo, from Kisumu, he is one of the most deadly people in that court. And the medium will take us slowly. Slowly. It's a painful exercise. But we have to do it. Maraga worked in Nakuru. His offices are in Nakuru. His tenure of office has elicited serious reactions. A roadside merchant of conflict. He throws words on the roadside. I've never seen a Chief Justice of Britain ever standing on a car on top addressing people. Miriam, bring it now. Break it down slowly. There are two parts of this. Do your one part. Then come to that story. Read it as it is. Read it as it is. How they hatched a plot to come to the solution of this government, to this parliament, create a crisis, and Uhuru Kenyatta is overthrown through a Paris coup, quietly thrown out by legal means. That's why you see there is either a concerted effort. And I've been telling people, George Soros came into this country, paid the people, want people to overthrow this government, want people to lock up the two men. Unfortunately, the one man agreed in 2017, 2018, when George Soros' men arrived in Kenya. The deputy president met them. I don't think he gave a report to his friend, the president. I have evidence of photographs. Sorry. It's not corona, so it is because of the words. There are too many. And they went and had a luncheon. I warned the people here that Makamu Mutua came with George Soros' whole executive into Kenya. The purpose they were looking for was very simple. To find a way to recruit new people. They were all very upset. Let me tell you this story, Miriam, then you will come to the reading.
Go ahead.
They were upset that previously Kofi Annan had approached Mzee Raila Odinga and told him they will support them. That's a fact, because some people think I don't talk about Raila and the Kofi Annan allegiance. I don't hide the truth. It doesn't hurt the Prime Minister. I don't choose for him the friends he chooses. But the truth is that they were friends with Kofi Annan. He was the only person who, from Kenya, who was able to go and bury Kofi Annan. That is friendship, and that's their friendship. But somehow, because of the flawed politics of Africa, the Prime Minister might not have known that Kofi Annan is a surrogate of the Western Hemisphere, namely George Soros. He went on, he decided, for the sake of this country, Kenya, the former Prime Minister decided to shake hands with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. This annoyed George Soros, Kofi Annan's Foundation, Johnny Carson's Vanguard Africa. All these organizations were very upset with them. Why did Raila shake hands with Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta? And we must get these facts clear so that people can understand where the problem, where George Soros, don't say this Ugandan shouts George Soros. I know who he is. I know what he does. I have people in his office. Even the food he eats every night, I can tell you. So don't underrate me. I've been doing it for the last several years, and I've been succeeding. I have never told a lie about George Soros. When I told people that it was a wrong mistake for George Soros to come into Kenya with his executive, people did not understand me. People felt I was looking for cheap publicity. I don't look for cheap publicity at my age. Miriam, I've passed that age of cheap publicity. Either I have the material or I don't have it. After their meeting in this place, they wanted to cut Safaricom into several aspects. Divide that M-Pesa can be on this road. You know the merchant of corruption in this country. The person who wanted this to disrupt Safaricom, to change so many things. George Soros' company from France wanted to take part in telecom and they used telecom as a stepping stone with the directors of Kenya Communication Authority and some other people to disrupt the economic hub of this country called Kenya. After that, they left. Very annoyed. Don't forget the point. Viewers, wherever you are watching, the point here is George Soros has never forgiven some people in Kenya. So he looked for the new boys on the chart. The new boys on the chart who had worked with George Soros include Senator Murkomen, Governor Sang of Nandi, another man called Songoye, working in Ruto's office. Now wacha tuambiane ukweli. He masquerades around there, everywhere, State House, where that is where the danger is. They coined a plot. Of course, not forgetting my friend Makau Mutua. This time he was very embarrassed when Muzama approached him with 20 million shillings to work for Ruto. He declined and he went out to write that he was shocked because it's an embarrassment. For me, if I've been telling you, you're a thief, you're a thief, you're a thief, you can't come and ask me to work for a thief. Then I will be thieving. We shall all be going to break banks. The story goes like that until they found a new ground. Don't forget Dr. Ekuro Ekot. They said the first thing to destabilize the Jubilee government was to get a referendum. Okot is being accused by his executive for having squandered 500 million Kenya shillings. If I got that, I would build a city. His executive threw him out. The Secretary General, the documents are available. I'm not being very malicious. I'm saying what I see and what I read. The chairman of the party of Third Way Alliance sacked its candidate. They don't want him anymore. He's no longer there. He can enforce himself. But he was removed for misappropriation of funds, for torturing women, for abusing ladies in office. That guy linked up with the main group. I've already given you the name Murkomen. And Murkomen was a witness in the ICC case. I'm bringing this so that the Kenyans can understand when this problem arrives, yes, all of us arrive there when we know why we are in the crisis. Murkomen and the Sangha were witnesses, OTP witnesses. Somehow, they withdrew. They wrote very bad documents of copies which I have. And if they say no, I say no. They say no, I say no. I release them. Even now, I go home. So, I put you on notes that I'm going to do that. If you continue insulting Uhuru Kenyatta, I'll release those documents. It explains to you why Murkomen is a shoeboy of the Deputy President William Ruto. He cannot, because this is a man who sat down with Ambassador Rainbag in the Fairview Hotel, Fairmont Hotel, Norfolk Hotel. At night, I took their pictures. They sat down, they used with another man called Hassan Omar. You can see in the politics of Kenya right now, Professor, and there is a lineup of all the people George Soros used to use. Where have they gone to? Where have they gone to? Where is Boniface Mwangi? Where is Chief Jopevu Moha? The man who used to criticize the President Ruto, who did the programs. Where is Boniface Mwangi? Where is Muzana? Where is Harwale? Where is Hassan Omar? Hassan Omar? Wapi yeye? This is a man who wrote 2 reports implicating President Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. Today he claims to be in the forefront of campaigning for him. What changed? What changed? Is it money? Is it hunger? Is it the lack of brain? Okay. Look at all the criminals, all these guys who swindle government. Which office, which house do they go? They seek protection from Waluke. To who? Who pays their bills in court? Mwangalia wa Kenya, even if we fall in a trap, all of us, let's follow together, but to do where we have gone wrong. Angalia, who pays their bills? Whose personal assistant is always around the court, solving the problems? Who? not Uhuru Kenyatta's personal assistant. You know him. He goes with the money. They have the money. I don't want to accuse anybody where they got it, but it seems that God grew it in the bedroom. Katonda ya zisimba mu nyumba, neziva mu nyumba, neziva munga zifuna sente. It is all over everywhere. Give it out. Give it out. Give it out. Give it out. Some of us were not even paid for having stood for him, but he has paid enemies. Look at the enemies that the guy is making life, is paying loans. Look at Baraka Muruka. His loan of 9 million was cleared in a bank. I have documents. You know, for me, I don't talk without the document. The Muruka himself agreed in front of us. We are grown up, mature men. Myself, PLO, and others, he agreed. He had to sort his bank alone. Woohoo! Woo! If my children here have done this, it's very bad. I had to sort my bank alone so I can even support the fees of Barabbas. Let's move on. Wacha watu tuwalete wajulikane. They are not interested in the nation of Kenya. They are interested in dismembering this state called Kenya. Some of us are worried. I might not be a Kenyan, but I'm worried because I have defended the guys. I removed these guys from the gallows. They were going to be detained for life. That's what the other people wanted. That's what all these men who were handling the docket of constitutional affairs from Mutula Kilonzo, from Saitoti, from who, they wanted them jailed. Nobody wanted them to see their light. The only voice that wanted them to be alive is this Uganda. So if you think I'm wrong to talk about it, go and ask Angel Gabriel. Then they romped in Maraga. The man that you see in the story, the personal assistant of the Chief Justice who works in the court, that's a hitman. He's a well-known hitman. A link between the George Soros office and the judiciary and the office of another homegrown traitor group. Remember the words I'm using very carefully, Professor. Homegrown traitor group. It is here. I've already mentioned members, some of them, headed by Mulukomen. Does it occur to you that Mulukomen is well known by George Soros than by Kenyans? Because by Kenyans, you can't reach Mulukomen's home. The road will take you 200 years before you reach there for Christmas. And he has been a senator, a leader of majority. Woohoo! Woo! Katonda Wang. My God. That means my God. Today, nazungumeza ya kweli. Then when you see Chief Justice Maraga, I want to bring the curtain down to leave Miriam. He appoints, have you seen the problem, the list of judges? You man from Nyamira, Professor Nyamira, my friend, Professor Nyamira, what is wrong with you people? You are very good people. But what's wrong with you? He went and appointed, Miriam, read the list of the judges. It is there. He has appointed all the judges to listen to the petition, the judges that the President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta had questions about. Integrity was compromised. These are the constitutional judges whom he has brought to lead the dissolution of parliament, whether it should be dissolved or not. Is that man not a wizard? Is that man not a wizard? Is that a chief justice? He put only enemies. And Anthony General Kihara, please stop being smart. Uhuru cannot leave his legacy 2 years to the end. So hiyo itakuwa ngumu. Hapa mtatumaliza sisi sote. Tunakubali. We who are friends of Uhuru Kenyatta, mtatumaliza. We cannot leave a legacy. You cannot come to destroy Uhuru Kenyatta's legacy in the middle. Then you pretend to have yours running smooth. No. Unless we didn't study political science. No. Have you seen the judges he has appointed? Bring them on, Miriam. Bring them on. Read the names. You are only reading the names which are there. If you don't have them, let me bring them for you.
Please do. I seem to have missed that. I don't have them with me here right now, so please help me out there.
Let me read the names.
Okay.
Tuache. Leo hakuna kucheza.
Pole.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The saliva went in the wrong pipe.
Pole.
This is serious. Leo tutapatana na Maraga. Hakuna mchezo. If you look at my morning at 5 a.m., the judges, the names are the following. Is it this one? How Maraga coordinated a legal coup. The judges that Maraga has chosen to look at the petition are the following. Justice Pauline Nyamweya. I believe, Professor, you know her.
I do.
Chacha Mwita. George Vincent Odunga. Aha, walai ya Mungu. Wajai! Can Odunga say Uhuru Kenyatta is very good? Lydia Achode. Justice Nyamweya. There are two. There is Madame Pauline Nyamweya and there is Justice Nyamweya, Odunga. Those are the people. And then Mwita Ochode among those going to listen to the petition. This is very interesting. How can you tell the monkey to eat the forest? It will eat it. No, how do you tell the monkey that the forest is burning? I don't know how to put it. Professor, finish for me. Yeah. His Excellency, His Highness, my Lord, Chief Justice Maraga, knows very well that these are among the 41 judges that the government of Kenya, through a petition and which is the matter in court, that President Uhuru Kenyatta said he cannot try to appoint a judge whose name has been mentioned by FBI for drugs in Mombasa, for having presided over drugs, and whose men are serving life sentence under 30 years. Look at that.
So, Doctor, these judges that have been appointed to listen to that case there, they're part of the 41 judges that are waiting for President Uhuru Kenyatta's approval.
Exactly.
Okay. That is interesting.
How crooked is the Chief Justice of your country?
Is it crooked?
How crooked? Now, if Anthony General Kihara thinks that he's going to win a case there, it might be be a miracle. It will be a miracle. It will be a miracle. Or what they are going to come back. And Maraga now, by the way, he has flown, he's meeting some of these George Soros on holiday before winter comes. You know, somewhere, I don't know whether he's here or not. I asked yesterday. Some time back, tickets were flowing on Twitter, and I did not want to get involved in the tickets because they would say it is Matanga. No, I kept quiet. But I had already seen these tickets being done somewhere. Coming back, the plotters of this scheme, what do they want to achieve? What do they want to achieve? They want to achieve a regime change. Why do you think Harvey has the balls, the Harvey can stand? The grandson of Mobutu Sese Seko can stand in Kenya and say, I'm going to parliament, which was built by the blood of the people of Kenya. My grandson of Mobutu Sese Seko. Where? Atarere. Naleta fujo wewe. NSK cannot become Ruto Society of Kenya. No. There you are playing a bad game. I don't know where these good lawyers in this country are. Rise up against Mr. Harvey. He's just a money magnet. He's just collecting money. He's just money magnet. I have now got a real data. Real. I don't want to say it here because I take time by time. When you want to eat good meat, don't start from the bone. You go to the bone. Are you with me, people out there? When you want to eat good meat, you don't start from the bone. You start from outside. Then lastly, you reach the bone. Umoyagala okulya ennyama enungi. Olya ennyama y'ebweru n'otuukirira ku gumba. N'ogamba nti buyaga kisuude. Hapo. Now, fellow Africans, this is a tragedy for Kenya. Kenya does not deserve this type of gymnastics. 13 years ago, we were in the same conundrum. We are in the same chaos. Very few people came to the rescue of this country. People left this country to go down. I did not leave the Kenya to go down. And I'm sorry if I have ever injured anyone in the course of defending Kenya. Forgive me. Today I've said it also. President Uhuru Kenyatta has said it, and let me also say it. Forgive me. If I did wrong to come to defend the Ocampo 6 who allegedly, where Mudhama sat with Waki and Mutula Kilonzo in a hotel and drafted the names with Kegoro. Have you seen? Ruto doesn't know. Oh my God. Have you seen how Kalonzo became the first vice president? How did he? Did you know? Have you seen? Ababi. Have you seen Ababi? That's how they schemed to take the names. And by the way, now I have original list. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I went to court to get the list They refused to give me, but someone, somehow, somewhere, delivered the originality of that list. And it is not here, so don't come to kill me. It is very far with my people who will inherit my property. I now know, kumbe, I know everybody. I know the 14 names. And I want to touch this thing here this morning that I've been telling the Kenyan government and Your Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta, listen to me. Let's do it before it is too late. You have seen 79 people went to London. Miriam, I think you are going to talk about it today. Tesco. I have been telling people in Kenya, let's do away with work envelope because it had wrong information. Have you seen the men, the women who did the big bad job like Martha Karua? Have you seen coming on TV today, breathing fire, NGOs, condemning Uhuru Kenyatta, NGOs? Have you seen? There is 79 Kenyans went and petitioned a court in London that avocados from a certain farm should not be sold in Tesco. Tesco is the biggest market place for our African produce in the world. And the Tesco withdrew the contract. Kenyans, those watching me, especially those in establishment of power, and I'm not going to speak, I'm not going to bargain with anybody on this. I am the only person who went to that court of this Republic of Kenya to challenge, to want, to remove, to expunge. The English language is expunge. Am I all right there? I've become a lake man. Expunge. Willis. I want to expand the report. The work report must be expanded. Removed from your books of history. Thrown to Indian Ocean. Because tomorrow, whether Ruto becomes the president, and whether Uhuru resigns or goes, not resigns, retires to go home, whether anybody who was mentioned in that report, if we have not removed that report and declared it null and void, good English, null and void, someone, somewhere on this planet, whether I'm there or not there, will wake up and walk to that court in London, in Spain, in Belgium, in France, and arrest someone. I'm telling you this for the last time. I've been begging for help. I lost money. People don't want to help me. I went to court together with my fellow petitioner. We are still in the court of appeal. We need help. I've done my best. If you don't remove those things, you see how your avocados are now not allowed in Britain. Have you seen how George Soros and regime darker forces change? They are now beginning with crippling you economically. Then come for you politically. By the time they arrive politically, the wheelbarrow men will be heading towards the hill on top. Viewers, media.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Doctor, and that story.
Maraga,
yes.
I submit that Maraga hatched a plot to destroy this country. And if we don't arrest the situation, I want to call upon the MPs, members of parliament, to stop running around. Let them call a session. It is a very serious matter. Now that we thought that the judges would make a ruling, but the type of judges that they have chosen are the same ones who hate you. Members of parliament, hear me. Strike first before they strike you. That is all I submit, Miriam.
All right. Thank you so much. And Doctor, you have exhausted that topic very well. I don't even think we need to add anything there. That was an exclusive. Thank you so much for that. And that story you just mentioned there on Tesco is on the back page of the Daily Nation. If you're interested out there, you can go and read it. But we cannot finish the show, Doctor, without talking about Harvey. I think it goes with the topic and what you've just been talking about here. The story is on page 6.
We haven't finished the show, Miriam.
Yes.
I have finished my part.
Yes.
Now the show is in your hands.
Yes.
You can ask questions. Mm-hmm. You can bring Professor also from Nyamira, the brother of this man who's tormenting us. Bring him. There is Karanja from Nanyuki,
yes,
who is online waiting. Bring them on. Let them tell the world, this world is not my home. I am just passing through.
Okay.
The angel beckoned me. Oh Lord, save me. I am not at least like a Maraga. I have 8 children, well grown, well mannered. I can't tell a lie. The angel beckoned me. Oh God, help me. The man wants to destroy a country. Mm-hmm. The man has 2 months to leave office. The guy wants to leave a country in chaos. I warned the Kenyans 10 years ago. I saw this guy in Nakuru plotting to finish the Ocampo 6. I was investigating Ocampo. There you are. If Maina Kia says he did not meet Maina, this man, I will go and get the video there in my house. I'm very bad boy. So forgive me. Those whom I have wronged for defending Uhuru Kenyatta, I'm sorry. But I will defend him. I will defend him up to the last iota. Whether in Kenya, whether in South Africa, whether it's in London. In fact, when I'm in London, it will be massive support. It will. He has tried to unite this country. You want to deliver this country to hell. You want to lead a country with wheelbarrows. Instead of giving the children technology, instead of giving them, arming them, empowering them with energy, you are bringing a populist revolution, a revolution that will change this country, a revolution that will pit the poor against the rich. You are not worth it. You are not worth it. How do you do that? Kenya has no social contract. Munioneshe social, Miriam, onesha social contract yako. Iko wapi? Iko wapi? Uko nayo, iko wapi? Can you stop working and get income support?
No.
David Matanga, I can stop working and I get paid. Where I live. Wache tuambiane ukweli. So when you create a social structure of that nature, where the poor men have been told they have been neglected, what do you think they will do? You are setting crocodiles in a river to eat everything, then they will leave you alone. This man will eat Ruto himself. Because after eating the rest of the dynasties, they will say, hello, what about you? Among them, there will be somebody who will ask, but how did you get this man also to give us? Am I wrong, Miriam? Mm-hmm. So when a crocodile is eating your friend, try to shoot it. And that's what I'm trying to shoot. To stop crocodiles going to eat everybody. When you have not swum across the Zambezi, then you start laughing at the man whose boat has capsized, and the crocodiles are marching him, hippos are marching him. How will you cross also? How will you cross? Yangu maswali ndio hiyo. Back to you, Miriam, in the headquarters.
Yes.
God bless you. There you are. I am ready here for any question.
All right.
Anyone who says, mulu comment, I put your notes. Mulu comment. Well, witness number 5, I don't want to say the number because the court will be annoyed with me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, I am the only one who has the tape. The only tape of 6 hours. Because I was arrested, interrogated by the ICC. You have them. You have them. Nyenye mnacheza. Don't play. Don't play. Don't just play. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Let's just be friends. I'm an editor. I've forgiven everybody. Mnanifanyia matusi. Mnatusi mimi every morning. Why do I wake up to write at 5 a.m. every morning? You think I have no grandchildren to look after? I have 10 grandchildren. 10! The 11th one is coming in December 12th. They have measured even the time when it will come out. 10! 11th one is coming. You think that is not a good team for me? Why should I write? Am I mad? I write because I love this country more than any other place that the planet can take me. I told you that if God had asked me where to be born, I would have asked my mother to come to pass in Wakaka, this other side, like Muda Aori and Agura Aori. One is this way, the other one is this way. The mother produced this way, and then the father produced that way. So all of them are in power in both places. If God asked my mom, I would have asked my mom, because I came out 80 pounds. 80 pounds. Mtoto 80 pounds iko mingi. I would have been producing Malakisi or Bungoma. I would have loved this country. So don't blame me. You have called me too many names. At least I'm not changing the name like Mr. Museveni has changed the name so that he can change the tenure of office. That the other one was Museveni X. Woohoo! Woo! You live to see miracles. Time catches.
So
Your Excellency, time catches.
There is Museveni X and Museveni Y. Which one is leading Uganda now?
Time catches.
All right.
You know, Miriam, I am a Bible reader. For 55 years, I've read the Bible since I knew the 10 Commandments. And I'm very excited. The events I'm seeing now. Go and look for my book, Democracy in Uganda, The Myth or Reality, by Dr. David Matanga. And fortunately, they swept it, they bought all. I didn't have all the money to print. By then, I was a very poor student, a refugee in London, reading, washing toilets of trains. Yeah, I didn't have the money. But now, I'm going to reprint it. I think I can get a lot of money. And do you know what? The prediction that I said exactly. Hallelujah, Mungu. Hallelujah. The prediction I said way back, which I said in my book, in my thesis, Democracy in Uganda, a myth or a reality. I predicted this. That time will come when tongues will start talking tongues.
Tongues will start working, I think. Yeah, it's happening.
When I wrote in my master's thesis, Benazir Bhutto said he has never seen a man of intellect of this nature. She was my OB in London Guildhall University. May her soul rest in peace. Ma'am, you went, I will find you. I will find you. I will find you one day, madam. Because of you, in London, in the Calcutta House, you gave us strength. And we went for those classes. But unfortunately, Musharraf killed you. And I have not forgiven Musharraf. I'm looking for him somewhere. I will get him. I will do the job for you one day. Our systems is big. Our systems are big. Our systems are big. In Europe, we shall get you, Musharraf, one day. Yes, you killed Benazir Bhutto, my best friend. May your soul rest in peace. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Go well. Go well. You've gone well. Thank you. Thank you very much, Miriam. Let me take a break. Take on. I am just, tears are coming out because of that lady assassinated for speaking out like a matanga. So, thank you, God. Time comes when you speak the truth. Time comes when you serve a nation. Time comes when you die poor. Time comes when you struggle to pay your rent. Time comes when you struggle to make ends meet. The people who eat most are the ones who do nothing. Cannot imagine Moses Kuria has apartments, but he's the one who bought witnesses to fix Ruto. Ruto taught him how to steal, how to become a thief, to steal government money. They have money now. But this is the man who went to arrest, wanting Ruto to go to jail by buying witnesses for 2,000 shillings. Some of us are still struggling. God bless you.
All right.
Back to you, Miriam.
Very well, as Doctor takes that short break, but I'm sure he'll be back with us here the next, towards the end of the show or after just a few minutes there. So yesterday, of course, we talked about this and we're waiting to see the outcome of this move by LSK there. And the story is on page 6 of the Daily Nation newspaper. I just read a bit of it, Professor, there. It says, as civil society groups yesterday failed to barricade Parliament to force its dissolution, but instead served the House leadership with a notice for MPs to vacate the building by yesterday. Interesting. Now, members of the Law Society of Kenya, LSK, a council, the United Green Movement and women rights groups staged a protest march to force the dissolution, arguing that the term of the 12th Parliament lapsed in line with the advisory issued by the Chief Justice, calling for its dissolution over failure to enact the two-thirds gender rule. Now, promising a bite but delivering an empty bag, the group appears to have mellowed when they finally met National Assembly Clerk Michael Sialai. They readily agreed to Mr. Sialai's proposal for a group photograph and accepted his invite for a cup of tea. He allowed in only 4 of the 19 representatives. They were LSK President Nelson Harvey, UGM leader Jonathan Mweke, Esther Ngawa, who is an LSK council member, and Marilyn Kamuru, who represent the feminist movement We Are 52%, hashtag 52%. Now, at least 5 cases have been filed in court challenging the advisory by the LSK, UGM, and the hashtag We Are 52% have rejected the court petitions, arguing that the action by the Chief Justice under Article 261 of the Kenyan Constitution, sub-Article 7, is sovereign and cannot be challenged in any court. After about 2 hours, a parliamentary orderly went for the remaining 15 members of the group who had been blocked at the gate. They were allowed in, not to barricade, but for the cup of tea and a photo session. They giggled and engaged in an excited banter as photojournalists clicked away after meeting held in the Speaker's boardroom. I don't know what happened, but the last we checked, Harvey had said he will go to that, he'll mobilize Kenyans and they'll go to Parliament and they'll barricade and they'll force the members of Parliament to vacate Parliament buildings. But that did not happen yesterday. Professor, what's your take on that?
Thank you, Miriam, for that question. And let me have this to say that I have got high respect and consideration that all members of the society should be treated equally. And this animal we found, it found itself in our constitution of the two-third gender rule. Miriam, what will only get us out of this conversation is a conversation, honest one, a discussion, a debate, an engagement, Miriam. I don't understand, Miriam. There are so many urgent issues facing this country. How I pray that Avi fights corruption in this country with that kind of zeal. I have seen him, Miriam, having gone to go to defend people who have embezzled and have stolen from the taxpayers. That one, Miriam himself, I don't see him not being patriotic, not being honest. And what I've said now, Miriam, what do you gain of having an unstable country? We have open school, Miriam. You can see by yourself that there are some parts of this country, some schools in Baringo and in Busia, where children have not gone to school.
I saw that.
Where should our image be turned into, Miriam? We have seen the devastating effect of the climate change. Miriam, as we do speak now, there are some children who reported school yesterday without masks. Even social distancing, Miriam, is becoming an issue. What I'm basically saying, Miriam, there are so many urgent issues in this country, agendas which need to be put on the table and we discuss. Miriam, fine, the president, the chief justice has given advisory opinion because the constitution says so. Miriam, what guarantee do we have that if we go back, we will achieve two-third gender rule? So we don't want to do an exercise in futility, Miriam. And Avi is a distinguished lawyer. He ought to know that when you go to court, even if you don't have the case, the court have to listen to you. The Parliamentary Service Commission, the Attorney General, they have gone to court. Why don't you give them the opportunity to be heard so that the court says you don't have a case, you have a case? Miriam, sometimes I do not understand. Miriam, let me tell you, to do law is only to have a clear mind and go understand and how to read and understand English. That's what makes you being a lawyer. He tells you that the decision of the chief justice cannot be challenged. Haven't you seen the executive orders of the president being challenged in the court? What nonsense is he telling us? And they should not, let me tell you, Miriam, gone are those days, Miriam. You know this country, Miriam, to be where it is. We have given our lives. You know, Kinahavi, they have been there the other day. People have demonstrated. When you see the likes of the Prime Minister trying to embrace a conversation and an engagement, did you see the other day that the Prime Minister said that these days when I talk, when I ask a question, I am listened to and I'm answered. Do you go to demonstrate? Miriam, let me just give you a very good example. So Sion used to be very, very, every now and again, he calls strikes. Mago one day challenged him and told him, if you have got a better idea to enhance the good idea, why don't you bring it on the table?
And now
Why can't you?
Yes.
They are members of they are lawyers in this country. Why can't they come with a bill and present the members of parliament? If you go this, you can attend to that gender rule. So Miriam, this is money for George Soros, and their masters that they are doing something. But what I want to tell you, Miriam, and as I submit, if people love this country the way I do, if people are patriotic to this country the way I do, a stable Kenya is good for everyone. Miriam, see like now, Kenyans carrying a case from here, you go to file in Britain, no, the avocados will not go there. Fine, but there were more employees who were working that day in Kakusi. How have you helped them? Only a sadist and an evil person can do that one to your country. Miriam, no matter what, in terms of moving forward, this country has progressed, has moved forward. There is a lot of progress. And we cannot reach at the peak just like that. It takes a process. So Miriam, Avi, let them just slow down. There is PPI. Let us have a conversation. If the laws are not working or they are good, they are bad, Miriam, it is upon us to make them good for the satisfaction of all of us. There is no need for you, Miriam, to have animosity. You know, Miriam, look here. We are having a pandemic like now the country is facing. We don't have money. Our debts are going high. That should be able to assist the government on how we move forward. So, Miriam, a conversation and an engagement, a debate, a healthy debate, will take this country forward.
All right, very well. And of course, the LSK, through its chair, Nelson Harvey, there a couple of weeks ago, had really promised a huge, protest. They say they'll mobilize Kenyans to go to parliament buildings and have a blockade there to block members of parliament from accessing parliament buildings, saying that they are there illegally. And according to Harvey, that their being in parliament was supposed to lapse yesterday. And so it's quite interesting. He had only 19 representatives. And according to the Daily Nation here, this story on page 6, it says that promising a bite but delivering an empty bag. That is quite damning for an institution like LSK. Is it losing? Has it become too political? Is LSK slowly losing, its prominence? Because Kenyans used to look at such an institution with a lot of respect, but as we have seen in the recent past, especially through the current chair, Nelson Harvey, he's been seen to take sides and all of that. And so I don't know, is it becoming a shell of its former self, or is LSK really losing its position in terms of the legal, institution here in this country? And it's become too political. Mm-hmm. And why did Kenyans not go there?
There is nothing. I want to attack it from the spiritual point of view.
Spiritual.
Miriam, there's nothing which the devil gives for free. The devil gives you something, you pay for it. You will prosper, you will prosper, you will prosper, but at some point, the devil will ask you, now it is time for payment. If Avi have gone to their masters and have taken the money, time for payment will come, Miriam. Miriam, let me just tell this. Okay, let us go by the advisory opinion the Chief Justice has given. Miriam, who will authorize money for the by-elections?
The Parliament.
That's the Parliament. Mm-hmm. See the county government. Until the other day, Miriam, from July, August, September, nobody will go to the consolidated account and touch the money. We have had people going on strike, governors, this, simply because there is a procedure, Miriam, on how you get government money. So if you want to send Parliament away, you want it being dissolved, as you want us to say, don't you say the presentation of Dr. Masanga comes true that there are people who want chaos and anarchy and regime change in this country? If you dissolve Parliament and you cannot go for an election, Can you have an imagination? Where will even the civil servant get money, Miriam?
And Dr. Professor, speaking about Parliament, we've seen our members of Parliament right now crisscrossing the country and just politicking as if there's nothing important they need to be discussing right now in Parliament, aka these two-thirds gender bill. Should they not be in Parliament trying to find a way forward? Now that we have this problem to deal with right now, why are they not addressing it?
Miriam, when you have got the Samson type of mentality, my eyes have been gouged out. Let me just have the pillars of this temple and die with these people. Do you know the people of Tanga want to die with this nation? Simple. They look at an opportunity of punishing President Uhuru. You don't punish President Uhuru. President Uhuru has got 23 years, 23 months, and is going home. 22 months and he goes home and retires. Why do you destroy your country, Miriam, if you are in your right senses within 22 months? So these are the people who are so much agitated, Miriam, that you can be told now, Miriam, do you want to go to church? Yes. Do you want to do your rambe? Yes. Have a notice to the police. If they tell you there is no security, you take it because the other people are charging the security. So, Miriam, the members of Parliament, some of them are irresponsible. They abscond, they're doing what's their right. Miriam, which member of Parliament do you see in the assembly and admire debating, coming up with a debate, and you admire? When like the likes of Anyona, like the likes of Martin Shikuku, like the likes of Shipuna, like the ones of Sifuna, Michael Kijana Wamarwa, James Orengo, you admire listening. So, Miriam, when you tell me that the members of Parliament, a member of Parliament who goes for an handout, you are elected, being an honorable member of Parliament, you go to carry stones to demonstrate, to be tear gassed, a honorable member of Parliament? Miriam, members of Parliament, their work is to oversight, register, and represent people.
All right, very well. I see that Daniel Wesonga has joined us. I don't know if you've been able to settle down. Daniel, if you can hear me, good morning.
Yes, a very good morning, Miriam Ogu, to Professor Jared Onyari and Dr. David Matanga.
All right, so we were just looking at LSK yesterday. They had promised a mammoth of a protest there, but LSK had said they'll mobilize Kenyans to go and storm the parliament buildings and barricade, if possible, have MPs vacate the parliament buildings because, according to LSK, in line with that advice that the Chief Justice had given President Uhuru Kenyatta for parliament to be dissolved, parliament is there illegally, and so they were going to do that. But what I saw, or from the news that we have this morning, only 19 representatives were part of them from the civil society, and some groups then LSK are the ones who are able to access parliament. And what we saw there was them enjoying a very good cup of tea and also having a photo moment there. And so, I mean, according to this the news here on the Daily Nation, somewhere here they're saying yet another response. The group later walked out a very happy lot, but they did not really. They were not able to. They're not able to meet their agenda, whatever they wanted to go to do, or maybe they did. I'm not sure, but the intention was not really met. If we were to go with what they've been promising in the recent days, there. What do you make of all this?
LSK made a very grievous mistake, Miriam, in electing an attention seeker, what would call a male version of a slaking, and someone who is on a Tanga payroll for its president. And let's have let's talk in terms of bravado, hot air, and perhaps consider whatever Harvey has done since he was elected in office. I think he has done very little in terms of spearheading whatever agenda the LSK should be doing, and he has engaged more in retrogressive politics of antagonizing the government of the day and serving more the purpose of the opposition, that is William Ruto's faction, and also advocating for those ones who have been implicated of indulging in matters of impunity and corruption. And I think on his part, Nelson Harvey is just a paper tiger, an attention seeker, and someone who is so much disillusioned with grandeur of power and perhaps something that he never dreamed that he will ever be in a position that he is right now. So to me, I think it was just a bag of hot air, and Nelson needs to be realistic. He needs to engage people who have been in that office before, like Okongo Mugeni. We had Cecil Miller and the likes, who will be able to nurture him, who will be able to tell him the most important things and the most important front to engage the government of the day. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, whatever he's doing is just reducing the office of the president of the LSK to liken it to what I'll call a roadside kiosk, where he engages in useless bravado and name shouting over non-issues.
So do you think this move has hurt, of course, the LSK, if at all? Has it turned it into a joke? And also, do you think this will go ahead and hurt its credibility under the current chairperson, Nelson Harvey?
Nelson Harvey has undoubtedly, Miriam, cheapened the LSK. And even right now, having in mind that LSK has more than 1,600 members countrywide, for him to
14,000.
be... Yes, more than that. And for him to be accompanied by only a mere 19 individual to hit through this course, then it tells you something. And a while back, there was a leaked... a video leaked where they had a meeting, and hardly could even be able to whip half of the delegation that was having the meeting to side with his ideas. So it tells you that Nelson Harvey is a man under siege, and lawyers do feel that he has really lowered the bar of the LSK leadership. He has made mediocrity out of it, and he has deeply submerged himself into the political field, where he's so much perceived to be a Tanga sympathizer and an advocate for impunity and corruption in this country. And Dr. Matsanga has been very categorical that this is the same man who's being used by the NGOs through their monies to sabotage the agenda of President Uhuru Kenyatta. So to me, he's not a clean man. He has really destroyed the reputation of the LSK. And yesterday, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who is a member of the society. And he told me categorically that there was something cooking. And very soon enough, if things go as planned, Harvey will have to be shown the door. And that is the correct position that I feel the lawyers of this country should take going forward.
All right, very well. We still have a few minutes, and I think we've not...
I am here.
Okay. Welcome back. I wanted us to look at COVID-19, Doctor, before we finish, but go ahead.
Now, I want to complete the
Go ahead. That part of the show, yes.
Yes, even this one.
Okay.
And my Karanja is also online.
Bring him.
We have left him too much online.
Oh.
I forgot about him.
Sorry, me too, I forgot.
Karanja, yes. Sorry about you, I forgot about you. You have been listening. And I before you come in, I don't want to miss this point of Wesonga, Professor Miriam, and you have been listening.
I'm listening.
Read, if you read the legacy of today, I've sent it there. Stephen can give Miriam and send it to Professor. Very clear. Let the real legal professionals in Kenya rise up now. That's it. We're going to create two factions. And Harvey, you don't joke with me. When I said we shall create two, we need to, you know, this one is called Ruto Society of Kenya. It gets advice from Murkomen and the lawyers who are supporting corruption. So let's get lawyers who are not corrupt, decent men and women who know the values of a society of a legal society where ethics comes number one. Mr. Harvey has lost ethics. Public ethics, social ethics is touching women everywhere. He's harassing women everywhere. He actually poses for pictures. It's as if he's a cheap, very cheap grandson of Mabutu. Because people, Kenyans don't behave that way. You are a Kenyan who has been given a duty. I have not seen people, leaders in Kenya, no, catching women in public, hugging them, saying the words. This Harvey should have been taken out a long time ago. There's no integrity. I don't know why Mwite, the people who used to lead this law society of Kenya, fighting for the truth, not for fiction, not for money. Where are the lawyers, the grown-up councils of this, where are they going? Why have you given a cheap populist, bravado, street vendor, who's still driving a BMW of old days? A starter, the one that I use for my chicken. Such a vehicle I put chicken in and eggs, lay eggs. Running around town. This guy should have left the presidency of the Law Society of Kenya. Miriam, I have raised the points there. Read one of the points and see. If I'm wrong, I wrote them from, I did not go, I'm not a relative of Angel Gabriel, but Angel Gabriel looks after me. Neither my relative of Elijah or Elisha. I am a simple man from the slopes of Mount Elgon, where the sunshine arrives, settles first, then asks for permission for departure.
All right, so Dr. Matanga wrote this earlier in the morning on the legacy trend, and the title is Let the Real Legal Professionals Rise Against Nelson Harvey Cheap Activism. And point number one, it is time to call out the Kenyan legal profession in front of all Kenyans. This is a mess that we must clean up as early as possible. Most Kenyan lawyers today have become outright designers of the perfect corrupt transaction and regime change schemers, designers of the perfect getaway legal strategy, and they have not done this to extend the rights enjoyed by Kenyans. They have done this for profit. All right.
That's it. And there you are. They are serious lawyers working, earning a living, who are not in this Mr. Fix-It. Everything has said, I'm Mr. Fix-It. I'm Mr. Fix-It. Bring me this. I will go. Bring Waruke. I will go. Have it. Cheated Waruke's money. We have not looked at how they shared this Waruke money. We have not. It is up to time now. Government should wake up and start working like real government. Yeah. You cannot go to Britain and insult the Queen and you walk the streets of London. Who will give you a visa? Who? Niambie. Nenda Ulaya unasema Queen namna hivi. My friend, the men who will take you out of the street, you won't know them. And that's a democracy. The Law Society in London does not insult the Queen. It only proposes amendments in a decorum. This Harvey is not, he went there to have tea and a mandazi. You know why why some of us Waluya were bewitched? We were bewitched on mandazi. I am sorry. I am an elder umukuk. We are bewitched. I don't know how a songer can watch this when you have partners who are Luya and we see a Luya eating mandazi.
It's very unfortunate, Dr. Matsanga. And actually,
that Luya came from nowhere. Must be a brother of Mabutu Sese Seko. Eating Lidi Andas. Bamwa Lidi Andas. Siwa Lidi Andas. And then he got out of, he called people to come. You know, there were so many people on yesterday on Facebook saying, Matanga, you are right. We arrived from Kisumu for occupying this. Now we are stranded here. Some stupid people were calling me. I said, I wish I had the power in this country. These are the people I can arrest and just, charge the following day.
Who are these people from Kisumu?
There were very many that they had been called, paid money from all that they were coming to occupy. The money they were coming to occupy with was eating Lidi and us. Lidi and us. Because Lidi and us, Papa. They were trying Lidi and us. Oh, what? Oh, my Lord.
And the Daily Nation says they left their very happy lot. I think the Mandazi did.
Yes. They left a very happy lot. Do you know what?
After eating mandazi.
The committee there, in fact, because they left a very happy lot because Uhuru Kenyatta is a decent president. And he's not a man. But if it had been Ruto in power, Ruto has the tactics of YK92. He doesn't spare you. And that is another story for tomorrow.
So
we want to see the traits of violence.
So Mandazi, the lesson of the day is Mandazi and tea might just mellow your heart and just have you calm down.
Yes, but the main, Miriam, don't lose the focus.
Yes.
The main, before I bring in Karanja don't tire. The main focus of all these things, Miriam, is not Mandazi, is not this, is not that. The main thing is this. Maraga is not in town. But Maraga schemed all this with Harvey. That when I put this advisory, you go and tell them 21 days. Does it occur to you that Maraga left on 2nd of October to avoid the 12th seeing him here? Because they thought Kenyans were very stupid, they will come in the streets and start killing everybody. Instead, they were given mandazi and the tea. And you saw how the Jews were eating mandazi yesterday. They were long, like, good, you're giving mandazi. He wanted to put 2, 3, 4.
And then they took a photo and everything, peace in the
and
Middle
took a
East.
photo and they went.
That was
then they
it.
came out to threaten. You know, misinformation of that nature. That with tomorrow anybody dealing with the parliament, then how will you get your money as LSK? LSK money is also LSK is funded by the government. Did you know that? The government pays them some money as LSK to maintain it is in the constitution. They are like a political party. So you can see how stupid we have become.
All right, very well, Doctor. I see we are beginning to have a guest on our next show, so perhaps we...
Karanja, please.
Yes, Karanja.
Karanja,
Thank you, Professor. Yes.
sorry for having kept you.
Yeah, thank you. And not for long because I disconnected sometimes.
Don't worry. That we are sorry. The thing was so charged.
But I found that Professor Nyari talking of LSK, let me give my contribution. And I start with saying that when you see what Nelson has is more concerned with the development of the parliament than because he is paid to do that, and he told he fails to do that, and he fails to do the kind of funny things that he was doing yesterday, the drama of eating Maraga and so on, not get his payroll. That is why he made sure that yesterday he had something to do with the launch of the parliament. But it's so unfortunate because the same very people who want to destabilize the government of the day are the same people who have not worked to ensure that the legacy of President Uhuru is realized. Therefore, even after destabilizing and having that kind of a regime, if they successful, they will not do anything for Kenyans, but they make this country crippled. They make this country dry because they use everything. So they will need all the public resources and the money from the public coffers to ensure that this country is not going up from the kings of corruption and so on. Therefore, Nelson Hart is a man who is occupied who thinks that he will get power by that if he gets power through the citizen, he thinks he benefits more. That is why he is ensuring that I take all these kinds of drama. But I think the members of the law society of Kenya, they should come out clearly contest such this that has been done by the president, because for the sake of this, does not represent the healthcare interests, but is there representing his own stomach, and those are members of Tangatanga. That is why he finds they are good friends with Morikobe and the Samson Ferranicarian and so on, because these are those of the Tangatanga to ensure that he gets power through the back door, but it's not fortunate because the government of the day should wake up and then these people are ruthless because they want to destabilize the government. The president and his machinery should wake up now and destabilize these kind of schemes that want to ensure that this country is not is not standing. And that's why I thank the president, because he wants to ensure that he comes up with a plan and redemption and plan to conclude this guy to ensure that this country is left in safe hands of not this kind of people that are only there to eat and to make a dynastic empire of property. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you so much there, Javen, from Nanyuki.
Thank you very much. I will talk to you shortly, Mr. Karanja, and I want to thank you very much for the patience today. Thank you very much. Viewers, wherever you want, thank you very much. Coming next is a similar, so many things are happening in Africa. This is also similar to what is taking place in another country in Africa, plus it is comparison. Kenya and Zimbabwe as a case study. You can imagine that George Soros has wings everywhere. In Zimbabwe, the West has manufactured a crisis. In Kenya, the West, through the judiciary, want to manufacture a crisis. In Zimbabwe, the West, through opposition, want to manufacture a crisis. But what are the reasons? Coming up next, open lecture, why the West always causes a crisis in order to regime change in Africa. A very good read, a very good, is a continental affair. We are on it. People from the continent of Africa are on it. Several academics come in, join in. The thing is there. Plus, the number for Zoom is 399-535-8320. Just Zoom, enter Zoom and that number, the meeting place. We shall open the doors for you. Let me come back.
All right.
Let Miriam come back.
And the password, Doctor,
Let
the password.
Professor come back.
Yes.
Let Songa come back. It is Kenya versus Zimbabwe today. We want to see the men in Zimbabwe lined up, ready for action. They want to give us their comparison of what is taking place there. The same tactics used by George Soros are the same ones that are appearing here with a judiciary that is rotten. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. And of course, the password to that Zoom meeting ID is 503-670. And of course, our topic today, as Dr. there has said, how the West is using imaginary crisis to cause regime change of African governments, and the case study today drawing comparisons between Zimbabwe and Kenya. So we shall be back at the top of the hour. Don't go too far. For now, the team on Good Morning Africa, bye-bye. We'll see you in a few.